Hello. We are live on I Get a Tech Class, a short stream to talk today a little bit about something that comes up over and over and over, email, and getting a handle on it. And I will be the first to admit, my email gets away from me often. And I've got several email accounts that I use for different projects, for different organizations I work with. Just for mine, definitely a personal account, which is now gone overboard. Uh, an account for newsletters and for subscriptions, which I highly recommend. If you, we can't help but having to sign up for stuff often. If you find a document you want to download, say something really helpful for whatever you're doing, you're painting your house and you see an excellent PDF for your to-do list. You are, I don't know, working on a car and there's a download that you really want to get that lays out the procedures for whatever the thing that you're fixing. Oftentimes, we are asked to give our email address for in exchange for information, and then after that, because it's for a reason, it's so that you can be sent stuff, so they can continually send you something to buy into their product or service. It's the way it works. It's okay, but uh, you do enough of these, your inbox gets full really quickly of offers, newsletters, information, and it gets harder and harder to see the things that you need to see, the important things. The email from my sister saying that our trip is going to be postponed. So having a separate email account for just subscriptions, for any time you need to give your email address to, let's say, a stranger. You're not giving it to a business contact. You're giving it to for in exchange for some information. Having an account just for that, that alone can help keep uh, your personal account more clear. You might say it's too late for me. It's never too late. As long as we're breathing, it's never too late. But you can, over time, kind of transition that with one of the steps that I want to look at today, that we're going to look at today, starting to clean out your email box. That's one of the first steps for getting control. And there are a couple of things. There are two steps with that. No, there's two larger procedures with that. I don't want to scare you with procedures either. There are two methods. First off, just deleting, going through, delete crap. And the second part is unsubscribing. Stop those unwanted or those unwanted emails, those things that you're never going to read or that you did start reading and are not going to read anymore. Let's get right to it. I am going to share my screen. Here we go. And I've got a couple of accounts. I can't tell you how many accounts I have. There's so many. I've got a couple of accounts that I use or that I used to use, but that are actually not really active anymore. One's for an organization that I used to work with that is no longer in existence. So let's look at this. Got a ton of email. How many? Right now we've got 388 email in this account. I know, I'm sure some of you are saying that's nothing. And it isn't. That's really manageable. But we're going to start here anyway. So we'll start from the basics. To delete an email, your fastest way is just to click on the email. Actually, clicking on it opened it, and find your delete button. It looks different depending on what email you have. Many of them, many email programs or services has a trash can. Click delete. Poof, it's gone. See, conversation moved to trash. Oh, and while we're at it, just in case you made a mistake, you can undo it right away. So I'm going to delete it again. This time, to delete it, this is faster than opening it. You don't need to open it. If you know you're going to delete it, don't open it. Click the checkbox or click to the left. And again, I'm in Gmail. It may look a little different, but most email services look really similar, whether Outlook, Yahoo, using one of the email services that cPanel offers for different websites. Can't think of anything else right off the top, but most look the same. You can usually select an email on the left of the sender's name, and somewhere on the right or underneath, sometimes underneath the subject, there'll be icons that you can use, buttons. Here's the delete button over here, and for Gmail on the right. I'll click delete. A lot of email programs will give you the opportunity right away to undo it. When this goes away, there it is, it's gone away, I can still undo what I just deleted if I deleted something by mistake. Look for your trash. It's somewhere in your email boxes, labels, folders, depends on what email service you use. They're called different things, but almost all of them that I can think of, they'll have a list on the left of your email of the different areas, categories, places where email is categorized and sectioned off. I don't see a trash can in this list, but if I click more to look for more areas, it will show me more areas. Email that I've scheduled to go out, spam, here's the trash. I'm going to click on trash, and it'll show me all of the things that have been deleted. And I can just go and bring this back. Let's see. I'm going to put it back into, how do I want to do this one? I'm going to put it back into my inbox. I don't want to delete forever. We'll mark it as unread. Nope. I'll change the label for this one. Yeah, here we go. Move to, take me a minute. I use so many email programs. For Gmail at least, there's a move to button, and I'm going to move it back to the inbox. It will be something similar to that if you use another program other than Gmail. So here we are. Deleting email. Select it, click once on it or to the left of it, hit delete. Click on it, hit delete. Now, that can be long. So I recommend find a podcast, find a show to watch, set aside 20 minutes maybe if you have thousands of email. And so you could just kind of delete. You'd spend some time deleting. Now, bulk deleting is going to cut down your time because you probably have a lot of email from the same sources. Just eyeballing this list, I see formed, so I know that's something that I've been getting regularly that I'm not going to read. In fact, I know if I click on it that it is this one's a notification, kind of a newsletter, but it's more of a notification letting you know of their new events, and their new output, their new content. But this is one that I get regularly. So instead of deleting those one at a time, I'm going to go in the search bar. And in the search bar, I'm going to type in For this one, I'm going to type in just what I see for the sent, who it's from. And it's formed, and I'm going to type it in capitals, just like they have it. Formed. All right, hit enter. Look at that. Now I'm looking at just the email sent from Formed. And a few extra. You see I got this one, this email popped into the list because Formed is in the email. So you do want to watch it if you're going to select a bulk of email based on a name. The more common the name, the more you're going to get email in there that has nothing to do with what you're looking for. If I use the word, if I had a week, let's say if I just searched for week in the search bar, I would have gotten like a ton of email, some of which I don't want to delete. But anyway, I want to delete all of the email that I have from Formed. In fact, how many do I have? I've got more than 50. I'm going to delete at least 50 email at one pop. So what I'm going to do is select, now that I've searched and it's showing me a list of a lot of items I have Formed, a lot of the email that are from Formed. If I click on the checkbox above all the email, it's going to select all of them. And I'm going to, just before I delete though, because I could just hit delete, I want to just check through the list real quick and see, is there anything in this list that kind of got caught up in there, like I said, that has nothing to do with Formed, and I still want to keep it. Let's say, for instance, okay, like I don't want to keep that. That looks like some sale. Oh, but let's say, oh, I do know Megan, and I want to keep this one. I'm going to click on the checkbox next to Megan. So that one's deselected. That one's is not in the selection of what will be deleted. And I'm just going to check down the list. I don't want these selling stuff. Oh, nope, I know him. Let's just say, I know him. I want to keep this one. I'm going to deselect that. And the rest of these, I don't know. I just want to delete them. Hit the delete button. Say goodbye. Those are all gone. With Gmail, it's only going to select what you see. As you see, I still have more email from Formed because my Gmail, and I think it's by default, I got to check, only shows 50 email at a time. So it selected, or it showed me the first 50 email from Formed, my search term here, showed me the first 50 email. When I clicked select all, it only selected those first 50. I've still got more to go. You can set your Gmail to show you more or less at a time. More might be overwhelming. I think you could set 100. We're going to have to go back and check that. But for right now, let's finish deleting the Formed email. So again, I've got mostly email from Formed, but not all. I'm still going to select all anyway. To me, it's faster. Well, you know what? You got to eyeball it. I can see from this, it's going to be faster for me to select all and deselect the ones that I want to keep. And I'm going to deselect that because I want to keep that. Again, this is a throwaway account. I'm going to delete all of this at some point anyway. So these are things that I'm saying are that I want to keep. Everything that is highlighted, that's blue, is selected. We're going to click the delete button, get rid of that. Look at that. If I go back to the inbox, I'm going to go click to the general inbox to all of the email that came in. Look at that. We're down. Where were we at? I forgot where we were. We were at over 400 email, 430, I think. I think we're 430. But we've deleted at least 70 email in one swath. So I would recommend sitting down. Again, at some point you're going to have to start cleaning out your email box. Start deleting things you don't want. Bulk deleting is a good way to do it. Now that I've cleared out formed, I can see, okay, now I've got a bunch of email from Outreach. And I'll do the same thing. Do a search and delete groups of email. But while we have it, I see, because I do have a lot of email from Outreach, I must be subscribed. I want to, before I do this bulk delete, unsubscribe from them so I don't get more email back from them. With Gmail, you can, for some subscriptions, unsubscribe, use the button that Gmail provides to unsubscribe. You won't always have this option. So, and it's this option to me is a little wonky. I've seen it not work. I've used it and it didn't work. I would just go straight to the unsubscribe link that will be in the email. So I'm going to click one of these Outreach, click it open, and scroll to the bottom. There will be an unsubscribe. There better be. It is the law. It's I believe it's an FCC regulation that any email that's sent out in bulk is through a bulk service has to provide an unsubscribe feature option. So you scroll down at the bottom, and they don't want to make it easy, so sometimes it's not very clear at all. You can see unsubscribe is down here at the bottom, and it's not blue and it's not underlined, so it doesn't look like a link because they don't really want you to unsubscribe. But I can tell because when I move my mouse over the word unsubscribe and it turns into a hand, it turns into a cursor that's a hand with a finger pointing, it's a link. I can click it. Click that link and do whatever they say. Every one of these unsubscribe pages will probably look a little bit different. Do whatever they look at the selections that you have and pick the one that keeps you off their list. I can unsubscribe me from all email lists, or I could go with this one, never email me again. I'm good with that. Update. That's done. I'm going to close that tab. And now I'm back in my email because now I still got to go and delete. I'm going to click the back button to go back to where I was in the search results, my search for Outreach. See my search here. And I'm going to delete all of these Outreach email. I'm going to click the button, the select all checkbox. And I'm going to see, are there any that I want to keep? Nope, that looks like add. Okay, this one I want to keep. Let's say I want to keep this one. These I've already read, so it's really likely that I would want to keep them if I've read them and kept them. Or not. You know what? That's me. That's how I do email. I try to delete right away, so if I have unread stuff, I know it's usually something that I want to keep or get back to, but that might not be you. So just look. Is there anything else you want to keep? I'm going to say, I don't need to keep any of these. Here, I'll keep this one. But I'm going to delete all the rest of them. They're all selected. They're in blue. They have a check next to it. I'm going to click the delete button. Just got rid of a ton of email. I'm going to go back to the inbox, the general inbox, and look at that. I'm down to 309. If I go at it like this, I will have probably cleaned out my email box in the amount of time that it takes for me to watch an episode of, I don't know, what am I watching now? Oh, I like AITA videos. So for me to watch half an episode of one of the people I follow for Am I the A? So just wanted to show you that, talk about that today. Get started. Pick a time, get started. We showed you how to clean out the email box and how to stop more crap from coming in. Both of those you need to stay organized and to get organized and to stay organized. Because if I can steal a saying, let's see. If you stay organized, you don't have to get organized. I don't know. I'm workshopping that one. That's our live for today. Let's see. I did not have my comments on, so I will next time, so I could take questions. Would love to interact. Let me know what you think. Let me know what questions you have. Leave a comment. Reach out, and I will check you out this time next week.